This is Ebba, and I am going to today be putting together my January journal. This is a journal that I make every month, and today I wanted to do a different binding, so I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. I found in the thrift store, the last time we went, I found a book binding kit. It was in the office supply area, so when you're in thrift stores, if you're looking for things to do with crafting, like papers, even packs of papers, or things like this, go into the office supply area where they keep all the little shelf dividing things, organizers, that kind of thing, and you may find some. That's where I found this bookbinding kit. And in it, there was two types of binding that I've never done before, so I thought I'd give one of them a try today. This one is called, I don't know if you can read that, it's called the Japanese stab binding, and I've never done it before, so I may have to stop and look at directions and things like that. And what I've done here is I've done the first few steps without you because they took me a bit of reading and figuring out. So what I've done is I've got my journal put together. So mine has several signatures you can see kind of in there. And then it's got two separated covers because I was thinking about using the ribbon binding that we did last month. But I decided, gosh, I really have to try a different one. So I found this and I thought, oh, let me give this a shot. So what I joined it all together, put it all together really nice and neat, really worked at that. But before I did that, I took the front cover and I measured, and I have 4 hole points. You can kind of see them. They're kind of hard to see because of the patterning, but there's one here, one here, one here, one here. These two are 15 millimeters away from the ends, and these two are 6 millimeters away from, or 6 centimeters, I mean, away from each of those, so 60 millimeters if you must. I would suggest you get yourself a ruler like this. They're really not expensive. They're a metal ruler. They usually have a cork back on them. I like to keep the cork on. If you don't like that, if you like it to slide easier, then you can peel the cork off. But I would suggest you get one of these rulers because they have usually got both inches on one side and your centimeter millimeters on the other. Now, if you don't know metric, which some people in North America don't, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. A milli meaning 1,000, so there are 1,000 millimeters in 100 centimeters, okay? And 100 centimeters is a meter. Centi means 10. Okay, so now that you've had your little bit of metric, but I would suggest you get one of these so that you can do these very, very fine measurements that millimeters give you. Anyway, so now what I have to do, according to the directions, is I need to stab these holes through. If you got one of those crocodile types of things, it might go through this, or something else that does hole punches, you know. But you don't want to try and do a few and then do a few more and do a few more unless you're real sure of your measurements. If you do them all at once, like I'm going to, then it will be more successful because everything will be lined up. Now, I'm not going to put you through the horror of the banging because there will be banging because I've got a little hammer here and I'm going to be hammering this in. So I'm going to get Gary, he'll cut this out of the video later on. So as you can see, I'm just sort of twisting and pushing to get the awl in so that the holes are decent size so that I can later get the needle through. Okay, we're going to do that all the way through for all of them and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. Got the holes all done. That was a little noisy, but well worth it, I imagine. So now I've got my needle all threaded. Now what I've done, what they tell you to do, and what I've done are kind of two different things, because they give you enough thread that you've got a little more than 4 of the length of your book for it. And they give you like 3 different colors. I've chosen this kind of orangish color. And what they tell you to do on this is to tie a knot, so double this up, which would mean I don't have enough thread. And then to go through from one of these in, lift something up and go through and pull the thread through and all that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the back, because they want you to go through the back. I'm going to go, if I can, I want to go through the back. The needle is actually thicker than the awl, so I may have to get the awl back out and push it through to get it to get it to want to do this. There we go. Push, 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 push. Make the hole a little bigger. There. Okay, so what they tell you is you're supposed to go through here, up through the top, and back around. I'm just going to go up through like this. What you're doing is you're making it so you have thread on each of these showing on the back side, and on the ends you have it kind of wrapping around the ends. That's the goal. Now I get this needle to come through the hole. There we go. Success on that one. Now see, I've tied it. I've just tied mine to one of the little baby clips, and I put the clips in to make sure that this gets held good and firm. So now they want me to go around, and what I thought I'd do is just tie it on the other end. So I'm in again, and that gives you the square part, the thread part on the back side. This is not easy. This is not easy. Well, that's okay. Okay, now don't do a knot, because you don't want to. I don't want to twist it. So you want to make sure that you don't have your thread twisted. There. Now, see, what I'm going to do later is I'm just going to pull this through and just tie it here, and then I've got a knot. Now what you do, according to the directions, you want to go back up through this one, or down through this one, which I'm, again, going to have to use my awl to really push that through. I thought I'd done a good job, but obviously I didn't, not for this needle. I have other needles that are, I think I've already bent this. Oh, look at that, I have. Oh my. Oh my, I've really bent that one. Oh well, in we go. It's not a very well made needle if it bends that easily. And then they say go back up through this way again, and then okay, so you see I've got 2 tie-off bits. Now they want you to go around the end. You go around the end and back in through this hole again. Don't tie. Okay. Done that part. Make sure it's straight. Okay. And then they want you to go back up through this one again. So you back through the first one, because you're going to have a line on each side like this, a line of thread on each side. Good. I think it's the wiggling that's bending this needle. It's got a humongous hole in it, and I don't think it's that well. You know, it's not that good of metal. So obviously, it's not stainless steel. You know, it wouldn't bend that easily if it was. Now, there we go. Okay. I was going to say, now my thread is weird, but it turned out okay. Okay, I'm going to turn it back away the way we started. So then you go back down through this one. Down through here. Again, get the awl. You're trying to go through with a really fat needle compared to the awl amount. If you have a hole punch, yeah, I would be putting in probably the 1/8 inch possibly even a 1/4 inch, but I think an 1/8 inch would do fine. Okay, so I've come through there. Now let me check, because I think you have to go back through somebody else. Yeah, you go around. Sorry, I'm reading directions. You go around and, okay, yeah. You go around like this so that you get your nice little square. There we go. Okay. Whoops. Don't catch it on your little hook. No, I said don't catch on. Don't. There we go. Sometimes you really have to talk to things, don't you? And then they say go this way to the end piece. You kind of come through and you end up in the middle again, which is how you get your back pieces on. All right, we're pushing. Okay, now we're going to go through here. Yes, this needle is actually, it's actually a bookbinding thing because it's blunt. It's not actually sharp. A lot of the ones you get in the kits, in the other kits, are just darning needles, so they actually have a sharp end on them, but this one doesn't. So we want to go through here like we did on the other end, through here. Wow, come on, there you go, through there, just like I know what I'm doing. And then through here again. Oh boy, yeah, 1/8 inch would be a better size hole, a little bit bigger than what I'm putting in. I'm trying to just get the thread out of the way of the hook things too at the same time. And you want to be pulling these not super tight, but sort of tight enough. And then we want to go back through here to put this line in. And then we're missing a line on the other side. You see? There. So now we've got that one. So then we come back through here through the original hole that you started with. Okay? And what I'm going to do, I've got all my things. I'm going to bring this back over, you see, and I'm going to tie these two off. And they can actually be tied off here. And that'll be that. Awesome. This is really cool. It's actually really a cool binding. And then that is my journal. And I'll show you what I've done in my journal this month. Because I use my journal for a specific thing. Most people make journals and they have a specific use. I guess that needle's going to be no good. They have a specific use in mind. Okay, so I'm going to do left over right, right over left. Well, I try and keep it tight as well. Left over right, right over left. That gives you a nice knot. All my other bits are decently tight. Reasonably so. Take those two off. This side. Yeah, there. And I can cut that if I can find a pair of scissors. Cut that. And what I'll probably do, because I really don't trust knots. I'm always afraid they're going to pop out and then there goes everything I've worked hard to get. So I'm going to just put a little dab of glue in there. Just on the knot part. To just hold the knot in place. And that way, it ain't coming out. Dot, dot, dab, dab. There we go. My hair got in the way. You just see what I was doing. There we are. Push that. Rub it to the ends of the knots. There. That'll hold it. There. So there's my journal. It's actually not bad all for how cheap it was. I bought the whole kit, which came with paper and everything, And it's really nice paper. There's cover paper and there's interior paper, and it's quite reasonably heavy. Anyway, there it is. There's my book for this month. It's a bit more difficult to open on the covers. But what I did this time is I usually keep track of when I sleep. So that's what this is, and then this is my meds that I have to take. So I have them written down on each page through January. Now I will have other vitamins and things that I take, but I didn't put them on the sheet. I did put my B12, but I just didn't put them on. But there it is, my whole book. I don't know if I like the way that it opens, or it actually doesn't open, but it's okay. So there's I did the signatures in weeks. So and I'll just write the day in, whatever day. That just made it easier because it meant that I just needed to make a sheet, a single sheet. And then when I got to the middles, where I would have normally had 2 of these days, I just took another pretty picture and glued it over the top. So the middles are a little thicker. They just have, an extra sheet on them. But yeah, so that's my journal for January. I will probably dress it up with a January thing on the front in 2024, or a clip on the side, or I'll do something with it to make sure that I know when it's on the shelf afterwards that it's January 2024. It sounds really weird to say 2024, but there it is. Tomorrow it is here. So thank you very much for joining me in this new adventure. I think that turned out really nice. I kind of like the binding itself, but you would have to know that's what binding you're going to use in advance so that you could bend your papers differently. I kind of do like it though. It certainly is holding it together. I don't think I'm going to have an issue with this one falling apart. It depends on what you do with them, and some of them will kind of fall apart. And you could dress it up by putting like a ribbon on the back. I goes, just kind of wrap it over top of the things. But it does have kind of a neat look to it too. Anyway, that's it. That was it for today. I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe and comment if you've got nice things to say. To give us a hand with getting our videos out there to other people and moving our YouTube channel ahead. We're in it for the fun because, we're not making any money, and we won't be making any money for a good long time, I can tell you that. But we are really enjoying the journey right now, and it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of learning to do. That's not bad for the mind. That's really good for older people to do things that make your mind work. So if you can help us out by it doesn't cost you a dime. You just, you have to sign up as a Google person, like member of Google. But it doesn't cost you to do that either. You just, give them your email address, and you make up some sort of a password, and you can log in. And once you're logged in, you can like and subscribe and comment on anybody's videos, and it really helps move them ahead. Anyway, enough of that. I will talk to you in the next video, and hopefully you have a good day. Bye.